I'm going to go ahead and do one more. Let you guys hear me speak with the deputy. I put a call in to the Collin County Sheriff's Office because they're really the ones involved in this very heavily, and they're also in oversight of the jail. And you know, this cop's name is Bacon, which is so funny if you put it into perspective. And I almost thought they were pulling my leg when I first heard his name, but you know, it's just surreal to think about this. And so there's a little wake up call with the ding there. I did it on purpose so we can get this kind of in your minds that this is messed up. When you call a law enforcement official and you say, "Hey, you guys have a problem. I've got a tip for you about some pedophilia stuff going on," and it happens to be one of your judges, there's an automatic response where they think you're nuts or you're trying to this, that, or the other. This is not make believe. So listen to this call. And just the open source information that's available regarding this case is stunning and staggering and really damning for these guys. And so just check this out. This is me talking to a deputy. I do get a little upset at him. We're not playing games with them. We're laying the groundwork for this investigation to come to full fruition. And I am so happy and blessed to be a part of it. So just check this out. And, again, guys, share this stuff.
Is Eugene available?
Oh,
this is Eugene.
That was the wrong one. Of course, we've already heard that one. But yeah, this is important, guys. This is real important.
Hello.
Yes, Deputy Bacon with Collin County Sheriff's Office.
Officer Bacon. That's like Kevin Bacon, right?
Well, sometimes.
I guess it's kind of funny when you're a cop. You got to admit it, dude. No offense. I mean, I know some great cops, man. Okay, I want to get off on the right foot with you. It's important for me to. Yeah, it is. It's perfect. It's funny. What's your? Can I call you by your first name?
Sure, it's Brad.
Brad, you can call me Sonny. I'm aware that we're dealing with a subject that's sensitive and tough, and people don't like to hear about it, particularly when it pertains to somebody that they may know or that is affiliated with somewhere they work or anything. And the truth is, it's like that. People don't think that today the headline, to put things in perspective. Tell me your name one more time, sir. I'm sorry.
Brad Bacon.
Brad Bacon. To put things in perspective, the right-hand man, the man closest to the Pope in the world, made international headlines today for what are called historical sexual or historical child sex crimes. Okay. And he has been convicted of this. They're going to go back and do the sentencing, and this is a major deal. And it's around us, but we don't really necessarily see it. Are you there?
I'm here.
So what I want to talk to you about is very important, and it's something that you need to take seriously as well, because we're talking about Judge Raleigh, who is the acting magistrate judge of Collin County. Okay? And do you know anything about Judge Raleigh?
Not to any, great length. I mean,
I'm not here to do a character assassination on this man. These types of cases are difficult. I'm here to give you information that is under your jurisdiction, and that is my sole purpose here. I am here to monitor how you act upon it, and I do not have to tell you which agency I am with or that I am not with, and that is my protocol, and so I want to make that very clear to you. My name is Eugene Irvin, by the way, Brad, and the thing is this, okay? If you just go to a search bar on Google, you can type in Morgan Raleigh, you can type in Dustin Raleigh, you could type in Judge Paul Raleigh. First thing that you're going to see about Paul Raleigh is 2 sexual assault cases that happened in his office, one of which was dismissed, the other one which was settled out of court. As far as the settlement, the court costs were almost $200,000. There was an additional settlement on top of that, all which was paid for with county money of Collin County citizens, period. If that does not, grab your attention, I'm not sure what would, but that is the fact of the matter. Secondly, his son was indicted on 11 counts of continuous sexual assault on a minor, and he pled down and he got 20 years. for that. And his daughter kind of culminated in her being busted by the Secret Service in a counterfeiting operation with her pimp, as she was a prostitute who I have personally interviewed. Okay? And so I'm not here to do...
Just to let you guys know, I did interview someone that she had been with for over 5 years. They were involved in some very illicit activity. And, you know, he looked at it in a way that he wasn't so much her pimp, but more of her partner. And what we've uncovered is that there is another agency that's adjacent to Collin County that's also involved in this stuff. And they're in law enforcement. This is something that it's so hard to imagine. My God, these cops are involved in prostitution, drug running, and all this stuff. Let me tell you guys something. Fuck that, okay? This is the United States of America. This is my hood right here, and I don't give a fuck who you are. If you don't like the way I talk or any of this other crap, I have been doing this for too long to sit here and say, oh, they're going to send me to prison for this and that, and they want me to keep quiet. Fuck you, man. I'm not here to stay quiet. I know too much about this, and you guys are getting fucking busted. I have been in contact with every agency about this, and everything these guys are doing is monitored, so it is only a matter of time. We've heard a lot about sealed indictments and all this, that, and the other. Man, it is coming. We are almost there.
Anything other than relay this information again, and it's important, and it's not some joke, it's not some conspiracy theory. I am a professional, and I expect to be dealt with as a professional with a professional, and I don't think that that's going to be a problem with us, because I think that you may understand the gravity of the situation, okay? This is not going to continue in Collin County anymore, and we're going to put a stop to it. And it's your jurisdiction, buddy. We're going to let you go with this information, and we're going to watch what you do with it, okay? That's my role as far as this investigation is concerned. I am currently working a counter-sabotage operation against a faction embedded in local and federal law enforcement, okay? So let that sink in.
And, you know, guys, sometimes I need to let that sink in myself. It has been a difficult road to get here. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. When I say something like that to a cop, you know, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, man, this is the truth, and I need to say it. And so I want to be clear about that for everybody. And am I taking a great risk for this? Yeah, but I look at it like not really. I've done so many different, I mean, just I couldn't even begin to tell you. And so I feel right at home in this, but sometimes, you know, you get the doubts, you get this, that, and the other, and you just have to keep pressing forward. And it's my hope that you guys will get this information to where it needs to be and say, oh my God, you can see him putting these tips in the FBI. You can see this, that, the other, and you can see that we're really trying to get this done. And the more people that get aware of this, it's not going away. And so there's enough people right now in the IC, they know the public's behind them. I can tell you the president's behind this. And that's a good thing, because we've got a lot of people that want to cover this up. And the other people just don't even want to believe it's true. And so we've got a fight on our hands with that, but we're going to have to keep be persistent and persevere in this, guys.
And I'm not trying to be rude to you, but I'm very I take what I do very seriously, and it's a serious situation. And we have Judge Raleigh continuing to engage in drug use. He does have a younger child. You know, he's got videos out there, and I'm going to send you some stuff. I'll send you some source material for you to derive from, that you'll just read this and you'll be, man, it's messed up, because he misrepresents himself so grotesquely by every...
And at this point, I just got to tell you guys, if I'm a law enforcement officer, if I'm a cop, and somebody's telling me, hey, there's some pedophilia going on over here, and it's just that and the other, I'm going to start asking them questions out to ask. What do you know? What is this? What is that? And it's not that I didn't give him a chance to do it. What it looks like is this guy might be trying to cover up for him. Certainly, I thought so. And that's how I feel about it at this time. And this is the beginning of this, where, hey, I'm here to flush this guy out, and, you know, let the other guys out there in the darkness do their work as far as the rest of this investigation is concerned. So that's, man.
Everything he says, he's got a video where he says, you know, every time I do a marriage in Collin County, it feels like I'm renewing my vows to my wife every time. And if she hears that, She might not watch this, but I hope she hears it, blah, blah, blah. This is the same guy that got caught fucking his secretary and had to spend all this money from the county taxpayers to settle it out of court, like a year later. And so, you know, this is the thinking of these types of people, and it's a sickness that, if it's not addressed, gets so out of hand, it's so obtuse, and it's so right in front of your face that you're not able to see it anymore. And when I come in and I talk to people about it, and they have a reaction of, this guy's crazy because he's talking about this, I look at them, and I have a sense of compassion if I can, but it makes me very uncomfortable to think that people would take things at face value so easily and not do anything, particularly as a public servant or a law enforcement officer. And so I hope that makes sense, and I'm sure it will. You know, as we get into this, this is going to probably take some time, because you've got, you know, everybody is a suspect to me. And so the fact that you've answered this call, typically what I'll deal with in a case like this is they're going to send in the first guy who's going to try to cover for them. Okay. Everything that I'm ever going to say to you is going to be recorded one way or another. Okay. You might have a telescope on you somewhere. You might have some binoculars and some night vision on you somewhere right now, buddy. Okay. And so, and we're not, you know, it's not a threat, but we do counterintelligence surveillance work. Okay. And this is a serious operation. And so how did you become to be a police officer or sheriff?
Deputy.
I applied for the job.
I don't care about
you get into it just we wanted to help people, or
don't care about
that's why you got into it?
That's what he said.
It's kind of been the family business, you know. One of those, kind of grew up in it.
Ah, I see.
But I'm just a little lost with. I mean, if you have, you know,
come on, man. What's really going on here?
I've
Bacon?
got witnesses.
Did they send you in here?
How's
Tell
that?
me the truth. You're stuttering already talking to me, dude. You've been in this your whole life, and what?
These accusations that you're laying out, you know,
Listen, these aren't accusations. Listen to me, Bacon. This is stuff that you can type into Google and find out right now. Okay? I have given you nothing but open source.
Which any of you guys can do, too. I hadn't even gotten into the substance of what I'm really trying to tell him. I'm trying to give him some background. He's basically accusing me of, oh, you're just making these accusations. I hadn't even made an accusation about anything yet. All I told him was, again, open source material that, you know, every single person can go look up right now. And so as a police officer, he's pretty much doing a shitty job at that point. He's a sheriff's deputy. And so it's just like, man, what are you talking about?
Information as of right now. Okay? I'm going to give you more information. But you know, if you don't act on this information, guys, okay, here, you need to go back and run and be the messenger and tell your little people, not little people, but you need to go tell your crew, if you're involved in this shit, that we're going to fucking roll you, okay? You need to get your shit together, because we're not here to fucking play games with you guys, and that is the bottom fucking line, okay? And I'm not being accusatory of you, but you're not being professional with me. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling you that your fucking judge, his daughter was a hooker. It's online right now. You can go look it up. She got busted by the Secret Service. Okay, people that I've been around my entire life,
Okay.
Bacon. So you take what I'm telling you seriously. I ain't here to waste your fucking time. Don't waste my time. You want to show some professional courtesy, start acting like it. Okay? And I'm not trying to be a dick, dude, but you're acting like a pussy. Okay? I'll tell you straight to your face, and I don't give a fuck. Okay? You're a cop. Dude, that's fine. I respect cops. I know some great ones. But if you're not doing your job right, we're going to fucking make sure that you do. Or you're not going to be a fucking cop no more. Okay? That's what we're here for.
Well, I'm not exactly worried about that at all.
Well, I hope you're not. I hope you can say there's nothing wrong for me not to be a cop.
Is engaged in criminal activity, being the consummate professional that you are, you should know that I would have to observe said activity.
I do. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do.
So if I don't observe,
I'm going to give you a tip. Listen to me.
I don't have an actionable offense. So therefore, a criminal investigation would have to be launched through our criminal investigation division. Or, as in most cases with judges, those are usually investigated by the Texas Rangers to have a sense of impartiality.
Do you want to take this to the Rangers? You go right ahead and do it. You tell them that I am their point of contact and give them my number and have them give me a call. Will you do that?
I can refer that out. Yes, sir.
Well, how long do you think that'll take?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
So there you go right there. We've seen, local county law enforcement profess that they're going to forward this information to the state authorities, whether it's the Texas Rangers, And that's exactly perfect as far as what we're working on here goes. And so we'll see what the next step is going to look like. But he wasn't even interested. He didn't even ask me if I had seen any criminal activity. He didn't even ask if I knew of something that was going on. He just thought that I was trying to make accusations. Was that due to the way that I presented it to him? I don't think so. I think that they know that this is a problem out there, and they're trying to cover it up. And so that's definitely what I see here.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. You know, there's too many good people out there, and I would hope that you're one of them. I'm not trying to accuse you, but I'm sitting here telling you stuff that, man, I don't have time. Why the fuck would I call you and tell you this for no reason? You think I'm just a nut because this stuff goes on in the world? Give me a fucking break. How long have you been a cop? You've never seen this before?
Yes.
Shit, I'll show you some cops that know all fucking about it, dude. You know, I'm probably going to find some around you. Okay? So that's what's going on here. Okay? I will lay the groundwork for this investigation. I'll tell you straight up. I'll be as transparent as I can be. And to say that is we work all kinds of stuff that you're never going to fucking see or hear. Okay? And so, you know, you can do your part and we'll do our part. But
who is we?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that information with you, and I don't have to. And there's not nobody that's going to come and get me violating OPSEC or impersonating an officer or any other motherfucking thing. Okay, they'd wind up in fucking handcuffs. So that's the bottom line. And I don't handcuff people. It's not really my MO. You know, I'm a field guy that stays undercover. But at this point in my career, it's about getting rid of this shit where I've grown up. It's about, you know, weeding out the factions that are embedded in this. You know, if you're a fucking cop, not you, but if there's a cop, you know, selling dope and pimping fucking little girls, I want to his fucking ass. Okay? I come with a whole bunch of people who want their fucking asses. And so, you know, I'm that guy. And we're going to be looking for anybody looking for us. And so it is what it is, dude. I mean, I hate to get off on this foot with you. Because somehow you started stuttering, dude, immediately. I've got it right here. Oh, I've been in this with my family my whole life. That makes me suspicious off the bat, buddy. I'm going to be bad cop right there off the fucking bat. Like, what the fuck? That's the first thing I look for. You did it. You did it. So I'm not accusing you, dude. You know how it is when you question somebody. But hey, I'm telling you straight up. So if you need to talk to me about something, you can. And I understand that we get in things in families, dude.
Listen to this.
You know, you would be surprised that we may have a lot in common. But the bottom line is, when you understand that these things that happen are wrong and people are hurt, and maybe you have an opportunity to break a multi-generational curse, essentially, is how I look at it, Kevin or Brad, in people's lives. That's what I'm here to do for in my own life. And if I can extend that to anybody, I will. And it's not about judging or condemning anybody. It's about stopping the behavior. And I'm a huge guy with truth and reconciliation. That's the kind of quote a friend of mine named Robert, who is with the CIA. He's an ex-CIA clandestine service case officer. I would refer you to some of his work. You can look him up online, Robert David Steele, and he can kind of elaborate on some of the things that are going on now with this. And nobody wants to see, you know, what happens is it happens to children when they're young, and they carry it down to their young, and it just continues. And it's associated with a lot of other bad activity. And when it gets rooted in law enforcement, we have something that's it's so dangerous for the public. The last thing somebody needs is a fucking pedophile cop selling drugs and pimping little girls, dude. It's a bad setup. It's a bad setup. It's unhealthy for the individual who's doing the shit and everybody else around it. And I think that anybody should be able to agree with that, even if they just have to look inside and say, man, that's true. So that is what it is, buddy. And I don't know what you've been through in your life, but, you know, I think that I'm probably going to want to talk to you in the future about this. I mean, do you know anything about what I'm talking about? Have you experienced it? Have you seen it in your tenure as a police officer or sheriff?
Not with this particular individual you're talking about. I haven't.
Have you seen it in your department?
You see all kinds of things in the department.
Like, right there, we got him.
Go for it, dude. Anything, everything.
What did he say? I'm asking him about criminal activity within his department. What does he say? We've seen all kinds of. I see all kinds of stuff in the department. Boom.
Right here, right now, me working my assigned area is not able to address anything that you're.
Okay, I can appreciate that, but you just acknowledged that you know of corrupt behavior in your department to me. Do you understand that? You just did that. Yeah, you did.
Acknowledge anything.
Well, that's very debatable. You know, we can go back and analyze this recording together, and we'll say, hey, what was that part right there about?
Okay.
And so,
well, again, you know, to move forward.
Okay. All right.
I can address your concerns,
and maybe you know some really bad shit and you want to talk to me about it later. That's great. Keep it quiet, you know, or tell everybody. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. This is going down, and so hopefully you be on board. You're a guy gung ho motherfucker, and you can get out there and do whatever needs to be done. That'd be fine. That'd be great. I'd love to work with you. You know, but
okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
But what I would have to do is forward your information to an investigator and let them work it from there.
You could give me a point of contact as well on top of that if you would like. I'm fine with you doing that. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know who it'll be assigned to, but but I have
great.
I have your name and your number.
Okay, Mr. Bacon, I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this video, but it's real important. You know, what do people think? I'd like to hear about it. Leave a comment because, you know, we're in the context of talking about obviously some pretty bad stuff within police departments or wherever. And, you know, he says, well, you see all kinds of stuff in the department. Well, we weren't talking about going out and eating Sunday brunch, were we? We were talking about, you know, pimping little girls when you're a cop. And so that makes me really wonder what he's thinking. And so we're going to find out about that, guys. I'll keep you posted. Some of this stuff will not come out for a while, but I want to get you guys on board now because this is building. This is going to be big. And I love you guys, man. I'm so happy to be a part of this. So there you have it. Thanks, guys.